Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for someone that was dealing with ongoing chronic anxiety. Every day they would live with feelings of limitation and restriction and a lot of pressure and almost a horrible sensation right in the chest that would really get in the way of them living life the way that they wanted to live. It was almost like, imagine someone with a physical ailment like a permanent broken leg. They would have to navigate their life with this restriction, this limitation, and to act accordingly. Well, that's how it was with this particular client, but they could recall moments of their past where they had these brief windows where that anxiety wasn't there. So for those people that practice hypnotherapy, I know lots of therapists listen to the show, you'll be familiar with the Circle of Excellence protocol. And what I love about this protocol is that it doesn't just work with performance anxiety. It works with any resource that you want to almost distill and extract from the past and then future pace to a relevant moment. In performance anxiety, you might go back to a time where someone was, doing an incredible speech, or they were amazing at what they were doing in sports, and you would encapsulate that and then think of the next event that they're going to be in, and then they would see and experience that initially disassociated, then associated. Well, this is a form of that, except where it gets future paced to are common, frequent things in this client's life, like waking up in the morning, but rather than looking for that familiar feeling of anxiety, they're looking for a resourceful feeling, and driving and shopping. And something that would be a milestone for them in recent times would be flying to a different part of the world in a confident, resourceful way. So it's Circle of Excellence linked to chronic anxiety and future pace to everyday life, which is a different spin on the, let's say, Circle of Excellence. We can almost call it the Circle of Resourcefulness. If you are struggling with severe anxiety, anxiety is one of the things I've worked with clients the most, just because it's the reason why I'm a hypnotherapist. I had such severe anxiety. I was a recluse for about a year of my life, and that's why I studied so much of psychology and change work, not because I wanted to help other people initially. I wanted to fix myself, and that's how I did that. So I have the lived experience. I've worked with lots of clients. So if you feel like I might be able to help you and your situation, perhaps with bespoke sessions to your individual needs, there will be a link in the show notes that you can schedule a free consultation call. And of course, check out my website, adamcox.co.uk, if you want to learn more about me or to book a free consultation call via the website directly. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in that slow, calm, relaxing breath. And as you breathe out, release any tension, perhaps there in the chest, around your neck or your shoulders. Feel the tension melt away and feel it leave your body in your outward breath, enabling you as you breathe in and breathe out to feel a wonderful feeling of gliding towards a temporary feeling of peace, calm, tranquility. As you breathe in and breathe out, become aware of any pressure. Maybe pressure around your head, even feeling inside your head. And just create an image of a release valve. So as you breathe in and breathe out, feel that the release valve is releasing any excess pressure. And feel that pressure leave on that outward breath that is longer than normal. Allow the pressure to really leave your body. As you feel that long outward breath, release that pressure. Then breathe in a wonderful feeling of resourcefulness, going in through your nose and filling your body with that feeling of hope, positivity, and optimism. Releasing the pressure, releasing the tension, breathing in that wonderful feeling of calm, relaxation. Eyelids feeling heavier, limp and loose, transforming tension in your body to a wonderful feeling of relaxation. Arms and legs feeling limp, loose, heavy. And just imagine how you feel when you see an animal yawning. Triggers those mirror neurons to feel a desire to yawn yourself. And yawning has this interesting thing that even just the imaginary yawn that we can all do inside our own minds creates a similar feeling of relaxation that comes from a real yawn. So feel that wonderful feeling taking place. And allow your mind to recall a time from your past, whether it was a fleeting moment or a long period of time where you were in a resourceful state. Just imagine your mind going through a photo album of memories and picking one in particular where you were resourceful in that moment, and maybe the resource was happiness, confidence, determination. Maybe it was a feeling of resourceful relaxation. Allow your mind to pick a memory and allow yourself to float back to that memory, observing who you were at that point in time where you know for sure you had a useful resource to observe how you were breathing back then and breathe at the same rate. I want you to observe the facial expression or the relaxed facial gestures you are making, and just mirror and mimic similar expressions. Imagine having a similar posture. If they had a relaxed posture, imagine feeling so relaxed. And then imagine a glowing circle, almost like a spotlight on a stage, but coming from underneath. A glowing circle underneath them. And then make it three-dimensional. Almost like there is a beam of light that they're walking, invisible to them, but you can see it. You are now seeing a memory of you at a time in your life where you had a useful resource. Maybe you were stationary, maybe you were walking around, but I want you to see yourself back then surrounded by a three-dimensional beam of light. And when you're convinced that that version of you has a resource that would be useful for you in your present and your future, imagine stepping into that version of you. Breathe the way they're breathing. Feel like they're in a dialogue as you're in a dialogue. Feel a wonderful feeling of resourcefulness. Maybe there's a desire to smile because they were smiling. Maybe you're in a dialogue is confident because they're in a dialogue was confident. Feel the wonderful feeling of resourcefulness, and then imagine where you feel that resourcefulness in you. Maybe it's in your chest, your gut, your head, and just point to where you feel that resourceful feeling within. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a three-dimensional shape is in that very location. Maybe a pyramid, a cube, maybe a sphere. Something three-dimensional in that location, and notice how it moves. Notice how it rotates. And if it's spinning, just allow it to spin even faster. If it has a color, make the color brighter until it glows. If there's a sound attached to that resourceful feeling, like a whoosh, or a hum, or a frequency, just make it louder. And when you feel that there is now something you can connect to, a feeling there inside you, a shape, a movement, a color, a sound, just let me know by nodding your head. I want you to acknowledge that this is just one resource. And over time, you can build many, many different resources, different shapes, different colors, different feelings and movements, all the different parts of your body. Because the human mind finds what it's looking for. If you look for anxiety, you will find it. And if you look for resources, you will find that too. You now know that you can activate this resourceful feeling. Feel the glow of light and energy from your toes to your head. Feel that sensation there in that location, intensifying. And maybe you have a name for what you call this resource. Maybe it's happiness, strength, optimism, hope, determination or motivation. self-belief, whatever label you call it, is right for you. Because there are infinite resources that you can mine from your past and take into your future. But let's use this one right now. Hold on to that wonderful feeling. And imagine going forwards into the future, perhaps a week from now. Imagine being in the very room where you sleep. And imagine you're observing yourself 1 minute before you awaken. I want you to imagine seeing yourself breathing the way you would breathe if you had this resource. I want you to imagine seeing relaxed facial expressions and muscles as if you had this resource. Just observe as you see yourself start to awaken. And as you awaken, imagine that you have X-ray glasses and you can see that same three-dimensional shape spinning and moving in that exact same location. Observe as when they wake up with a smile, and they're checking that feeling there that represents that resource state is indeed there. They're looking for resources and they find that resource. So you see them get out of bed and get ready for the day, connected to a resourceful feeling. See a glowing circle beneath their feet and a beam of energy all the way around them. And when you feel that you can see that future version of you waking up resourceful, let me know by nodding your head. And then rewind it. See yourself 1 minute before you awaken, looking resourceful, seeing that shape glowing in that rhythm and movement. And then step into that version of you and feel how you would feel in your own bed, just about to awaken, and feel that you are awakening with a smile on your face, with a slow, confident breath, that the first thing you search for is that resourceful feeling inside. And because you look for it, you find it. And feel that there is a beam of energy going through every cell in your body, that there is a glowing shape moving, representing this feeling. There's a sound, a rhythm, a glow. And feel that, and imagine that your first hour of the day is influenced by that first minute where you are primed to feel resourceful. And then imagine observing you later on that day driving. See yourself driving with a smile on your face, a relaxed expression, breathing deep and relaxed. Seeing yourself with that same glowing beam and that three-dimensional shape moving there. And then step into that version of you and now feel that you are driving with a feeling of being in control, relaxed, happy and carefree, feeling that you are protected by the shield that is the car, doors and roof around you, that you feel safe. Imagine driving through the kind of things that in the past would have triggered anxiety, but you feel so relaxed, so confident. And then imagine perhaps going to a future moment where you see yourself shopping, maybe in a supermarket, maybe shopping for clothes, but you see a version of you smiling, looking relaxed, that beam of energy surrounding you, a glowing circle beneath your feet, three-dimensional shape glowing right there in that location. Step into yourself and feel how it would feel to feel this wonderful feeling of being resourceful, of having options, of having choices. You're not focused on the absence of something, you're focused on the presence of something, the presence of a resource. So feel how much more you can enjoy shopping while feeling resourceful. Your inner dialogue is confident and encouraging. Your expressions and evaluations are reasonable, positive, and useful. And then imagine yourself 6 months from now, observing yourself boarding a plane, looking so relaxed, smiling, about to have a holiday or an adventure. See that glowing circle beneath your feet. See that three-dimensional shape rotating inside you. Step into that version of you and feel like you can check in, go through security, board the plane, and get to your destination feeling a wonderful feeling of resourcefulness. You can sleep on the plane if you want to, watch a movie, feel a sense of freedom and opportunity. Feel that your future is full of possibility. Because when you focus on anxiety, you get more anxiety. When you focus on resources, you get more resourceful. The job here is not to battle anxiety. It's to harness, cultivate, and grow more resourceful feelings in your life. To expect them, to nurture them. And sometimes the most resourceful resource is courage. To do the things you thought you couldn't do, to give you evidence that you can indeed do them. So allow yourself to harness and capture the courage of your past and bring it into your future, because a future of courage leaves no space for unnecessary, unuseful anxiety. If your unconscious mind is happy to keep the 2 or 3% of anxiety that's actually useful, and to let go of the rest, and to use the same time to cultivate more resourceful feelings of positivity, determination, motivation, and perhaps courage, let me know by nodding your head. Feel connected to that resource, that wonderful feeling that, yes, I can. Notice the inner dialogue is encouraging and positive. And perhaps feel that a hurt, yet caring part of your unconscious mind feels that going forward it can be more encouraging, more supportive, still protecting, but now more helpful than agitated. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel like you're returning to the present, taking all of these wonderful resources with you, letting go of that unnecessary, unuseful anxiety and only keeping the anxiety that is useful. As you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, connect fully with the present moment. As very soon I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken, but you will also awaken a pathway to resourcefulness that is helpful in the present and the future. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.